highest paid work in America? What's the most important work in any job or any company? And the answer is thinking. And you know the old saying that some people think they think, and the great majority would rather die than think. But the discipline of clear thinking is the most important, because the way you think, the quality of your thinking, determines the quality of your decisions and choices. Your decisions and choices determine the actions you take. The actions you take determine your results. Your results determine the quality of your life. And it all starts with your thinking clearly. Thomas Edison once said that thinking is the hardest discipline of all. It requires real effort to think, because especially today we are so surrounded with distractions. I'm always amazed when I go down the street or fly or drive as people seem totally immersed in listening to things. They've got devices in their ears and stuff on their cell phone. They're listening to music in their car. They're watching television. They simply cannot stop bombarding their mind with sensory. To think well requires that you practice a couple of techniques. Now, first of all, as Peter Drucker said, you need to take time to think. You need to create long, unbroken chunks of time. The rule is that fast decisions are usually wrong decisions, especially fast decisions involving people or money. They're usually wrong decisions. So if you're going to make a decision that has long-term consequences, then you have to give it a lot of thought. You have to sort of look at it like a beautiful piece of porcelain. Look at it from every single side and think about it carefully. And the more carefully you think about a decision, the better the quality of that decision will be.
Maubos na yung battery eh.
How many times have you said, you know, if I just thought about that a little bit more, I wouldn't have done it? Or if I just thought of it better, or I just taken time to think? The superior people, through experience and through painful experience, learn to take their time in making important decisions. So one of the very best ways that you can develop the discipline of clear thinking is to sit in solitude for 30 to 60 minutes when you have a major problem or a major issue in your life. Solitude has been discovered and rediscovered throughout all the history of man as the most powerful of all thinking tools. You see, if you could imagine a bucket of water with soap in it, and it's all churned up and you can't see anything, but if you leave the bucket of water to sit for a while, all the soap will drop to the bottom and the water will become perfectly clear. This is what happens for you in solitude. If you sit calmly by yourself with no noise, no distractions, nothing to read, just sit quietly, which takes tremendous discipline the first few times you do it. At about 25 or 26 minutes, your mind goes
Anong gagawin ko? Gugupitan ko na lang? Magtitake tayong magupit? Tagal yung gupit yun, mas mabilis ko
any issue that you've been dealing with, the answer just comes to you.
Mas mabilis
It's
ko
almost like a miracle. When you practice solitude, you actually activate your superconscious mind and your intuition. And something that you've been having trouble with or wrestling with suddenly becomes clear and you know exactly what to do. And here's the wonderful thing about solitude. Everybody who practices it will tell you it's incredible. And if you've never done it before, just practice it once. Sometime today, take 25, 30 minutes, take an hour if you can, and just sit quietly by yourself and allow your mind to calm. Sometimes it's called mind calming. And just allow yourself to calm down and think. And the most amazing thing will happen. You'll start to make better decisions. You'll start to hear what is called the still, small voice within. And this still, small voice will sometimes shout at you so loudly, you will be amazed. Now here's another way to think better. When you're dealing with any kind of a situation, write down every detail of the problem or situation. Take a sheet of paper. The rule is think on paper.
So, nahihirapan ako. Hindi ko na alam gagawin eh.
How it happened, what's going on, the problems, the concerns, the cost, who's involved. Just write it down, write it down, write it down. And the
Kasi minsan hihiga naman siya pag hindi mo pag nilalaro mo gaganon lang.
Sometimes exactly the right choice.
Hawakan na lang kita.
It becomes clear, but you would not have triggered that superconscious solution if you hadn't taken the time to think on paper. You know, Aristotle once said that wisdom, which is the greatest of all human desires, wisdom is the ability to make good decisions, is a combination of experience plus reflection. Experience plus reflection. In other words, you have an experience and then you reflect on the experience and you think about, what's that experience mean to me? How can I use that? What can I learn from it? So reflecting on your experiences, and the best way to do that is to go for a walk. Just going for a walk where you can't listen to anything, don't take an iPod or anything, just go for a walk, 30 or 60 minutes, and just walk. And while you're talking and reflecting upon something that's going on at work or at home, you'll be amazed at the quality of ideas that will come into your mind. To improve your thinking, talk it over with someone else who you like and trust, and give them the details, and ask them to give you their feedback, give you their perspective. Sometimes, especially if you're in a relationship, the other person can give you a perspective that completely changes your ideas. A good way to think better is to ask, especially if you're frustrated or having difficulties, ask, what are my assumptions? What am I assuming about this situation that may not be correct? What are my basic assumptions about this relationship, about this job, about this product or service, or this investment? What if my assumptions were wrong? Then what would I do? And here's the key to good thinking. Be open to doing something completely different. Be open to admitting the possibility that you could be wrong and doing something completely different. And what that does is it opens up your mind and your perspective so you can see all kinds of possibilities that you may not see before. So clear thinking is the first discipline. It is the discipline practiced by the most successful, happiest, and wealthiest people in our society. Now, the second major discipline, my old friend, is the discipline of daily goal setting. The discipline of daily goal setting will change your life. Why? Because we know that focus and concentration are essential to success. There are some skills that are helpful to success, but focus and concentration are indispensable. If you cannot focus and you cannot concentrate, then you have to work for someone else who will make you focus and concentrate, who will supervise you. The ability to focus, to be clear about what you want, and then to concentrate single-mindedly on achieving it are both habits or disciplines that you can learn through practice. So you start off in the discipline of daily goal setting. You start off and you ask this question. This is the big question. What do I really want to do with my life? What do I really, really, really want to do with my life? Why am I here? If I could do anything at all, what would I want to do with my life? And there's a great question that you can use to clarify this. Most people think in a very fuzzy way about what they want to do with their life because they're preoccupied with all of their problems in life. So what you do is you remove all your problems by asking yourself this question. Imagine that I received $10 million cash today, tax-free, in the bank. But at the same time, I got a diagnosis from the doctor that said that you're going to die in 10 years. You'll have superb physical health for 10 years, but you're going to die in 10 years. So if you had $10 million in the bank, which means you had no financial worries, and you had 10 years to live, what would you really want to do with your life? What would you do more of or less of? What would you start up or what would you stop completely? What would you get into and get out of if you had $10 million and 10 years to live? Just imagine that for the moment, because most people, again, as I said, become preoccupied with their limitations, with what they don't have, and it holds them back from deciding what they really, really want. Now, the next thing you do is take a spiral notebook, and I carry a spiral notebook around with me all the time. Take a spiral notebook and write down 10 goals that you'd like to accomplish in the next 12 months or so. Write your goals in the present tense, as though they already existed. Don't say, I will earn X number of dollars in the next 12 months. Write them down as though you are already earning it. Say, I earn X number of dollars in this year. I always write the word by at the end of every goal. I earn X number of dollars by December 31st, 2007. I achieved this goal by June 30th, 2008. So when you give your subconscious mind a deadline, it works on it 24 hours a day. When you write down a goal, make sure it's positive. Don't say, I will quit smoking. Say, I am a non-smoker. Don't say, I will lose weight. Say, I weigh X number of pounds. And when you give your subconscious mind a command in the present tense that is contrary to your current situation, your subconscious mind goes to work to resolve this dynamic tension and make your external reality consistent with your new orders, your new commands, your new goals. And finally, always write your goals in the personal tense. Use the word I, because only you in the whole universe can use the word I relative to yourself. You use the word I, you say, I earn, I drive, I achieve, I acquire, I accumulate, I live. In other words, always follow the word I plus an action verb. Then you take a spiral notebook and you write down at least 10 goals.
Sabihin niyo nga,
You can
guys.
work on 10 to 15 goals at a time, but never less than
Sabi niyo
10.
ako.
Your
Sabi mo
subconscious
ako.
and superconscious minds have incredible power, so give them lots of stuff to work on. And then, what you do is every single day, you write
Anong
down
gagawin
and
natin dyan?
rewrite your goals.
Ang tagal kong
Every
hinintay
single
nitong
day, you take out your
gunting na to.
spiral
Tapos
notebook and write down
itong
your
razor
goals
na to.
once more.
Tapos magugunting
And I
din
get out
tayo.
every morning before I start off,
Basta
I plan my
kapag
day,
gising.
and then I write out my 10 goals. Every morning before you start out, you reprogram your subconscious mind and then start your day.
Hindi, uy.
I promise to you is this. If you'll do this for 1 month, actually 21 days is good enough, your whole life will change. You'll see changes that are astonishing.